All right, so I think he's from Tennessee. Tennessee representative, member of the House, Andy Ogles wants the Trump administration to deport Zoran Mamdani, who just won the Democratic primary for New York City mayor, wants him deported immediately. We've seen all of the incredibly racist, Islamophobic responses from the right. We've started to see some of the responses from the money people on the left. They're not excited about him either. And then I duetted a video of a buddy of mine who said that Andrew Cuomo is going to stay in the race. He's just going to run on a different ticket, not as a Democrat. And I read an article on the Wall Street Journal's website today. I subscribed to that, about how, the investor class, the money class, the Wall Street class is completely freaking out. And a lot of these people are apparently going to leave New York City, because he wants to raise taxes by 2% on rich people. 2%. 2%. Or 2.5, something like that. And it's like, fuck rich people, okay? They want all the benefits of the society that we have built without having to pay for any of it. And then I see billionaire investor Bill Ackman, who's super MAGA and a general all-around crazy person, promises, quote, hundreds of millions of dollars, close quote, to back anyone who is willing to challenge Zoran Mamdani for the mayor of New York City. He's a mayor. It's not the president. It's not the governor. It's the mayor of one city. He put up some lengthy post on Twitter this morning. I mean, these people, man. I woke this morning gravely concerned about New York City. I thought, what has New York City become that an avowed socialist who supported defunding the police, whose solution to lowering food prices is city-owned supermarkets, who doesn't understand that freezing rents will only reduce the supply of housing, who has no experience managing an organization, let alone a city with a $100 billion plus budget and a $2 trillion economy, and who believes chants for globalizing the intifada are acceptable, wins the Democratic primary. After speaking with those who supported Mamdani, I believe that he won the primary largely not due to his policies, but rather because he is a superb politician who ran a remarkable and inspiring campaign. He is intelligent and articulate. He is young and charming. He's successfully played down incriminating ex-posts, Twitter, and statements from his past, pitching a joyful campaign of unity. And he won because the competition was very weak. He beat his best competitor, sat back and did not run a real campaign, relying on name recognition, early favorable polling, and keeping a low profile to make it through. Not a strategy that I have ever seen work, but so be it. The Democratic, so far so good. I mean, the Democratic primary voter is clearly tired of the Democratic politics of the past and its aging and over-the-hill leadership. Yeah, who isn't? As a case in point, how embarrassing is it to watch aging Dems fall in line with their tweets of support for Mamdani as they desperately try to defend their seats from the far left? And therefore, without any real competition, Zoran and his attractive personal qualities and campaign skills magically make him the candidate for the future. The problem, however, is that his policies would be disastrous for New York City. Socialism has no place in the economic capital of our country. That's right. Why should a city be affordable and actually, make services available to the people who live there who don't have as much money as Mr. Ackman? The ability for New York City to offer services for the poor and the needy, let alone the average New Yorker, is entirely dependent upon New York City being a business-friendly environment. and a place where wealthy residents are willing to spend 183 days a year and assume the associated tax burden. We're getting into blackmail territory here, it sounds like to me. Unfortunately, both have already started making arrangements for the exits. The wealthy are going to flee Manhattan because of who the voters in New York City chose to be their mayoral candidate. Mamdani is right that much about New York City is broken. The city has gotten much less safe, while the cost of living here has become increasingly unattainable for many, as if he has any clue about that. We pay more for less. He doesn't. Unfortunately, his headline campaign promises of frozen rents and cheaper food from city-owned markets, among others, are certain to fail. So what that's a reference to is he wants the city to own and operate 5 grocery stores in poor neighborhoods and make groceries affordable for people who can't afford to buy groceries. What did Donald Trump run his entire fucking campaign on last year, apart from transphobia and hating immigrants? Grocery prices. A mayor who disrespects the NYPD and has called for their defunding will get less effective policing, and Commissioner Bratton's broken window theory will operate in reverse. A mayor who condones hate speech, also known as free speech, will incentivize more hate speech and violence. Words matter, and yes, they can inspire people to kill, as we have recently tragically seen in our country and around the world. Yes, he's absolutely not talking about Palestinian civilians inside the Gaza Strip there. New York City under Mamdani is about to become much more dangerous and economically unviable. Unlike our federal government, New York City cannot print money, and this federal government won't bail New York City out if bad things happen. In fact, Mamdani would be a windfall for the Republican Party as New York becomes another failed major city run by Democrats alongside Seattle, Chicago, LA, San Francisco, et al. As Senator John Fetterman so eloquently stated today, quote, I would describe it as Christmas in July for the GOP. The election happened in June. Yeah, go get that brain scan, Senator Fetterman. So why did I become optimistic later this morning? The answer is that New York City has woken up in the last 24 hours. The substantial majority of New York City residents understands that socialism is a failed system, that rent freezes will destroy our housing base and shrink the affordable housing supply while killing new construction, and that an anti-capitalist mayor will destroy jobs and cause businesses and wealthy taxpayers that have enabled New York City to balance their budget to move elsewhere. Cater to the wealthy, or we're going to take our money and go home and go elsewhere. Give us what we want, or fuck you, we're going to leave. It's more of that. And it just keeps going. Jesus Christ. It just keeps going. All of the above is not just a theory, as I have a superb candidate who I believe can win, who meets all of the criteria, but if I were to say his name or even reach out to him, it would have a negative effect on his candidacy, as I am a supporter of President Trump. And that alone taints anyone I would recommend for many and perhaps most New York City Democratic Party members. So rather than making my suggestions, I welcome yours. Who is your best, who is your best centrist Democrat candidate who could go toe-to-toe with Mamdani on the campaign trail and on the debate stage? I think they just tried that with Andrew Cuomo. Let's crowdsource the names and then do a poll. If someone is ready to raise their hand, I will take care of the fundraising. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for the right candidate. More importantly, it is an opportunity to save our city and be a superhero. Life is short, and you must dare to be great. The time is now. I hate billionaires, man. They just suck. They suck the life and the fun out of everything. Whatever.